Hello and good evening. Welcome. This is Nuruddin Omoto Show again at your service. Please don't mind the background. It's just one of those things. The Nigerian factor, of course. I guess some of us were expecting I come live on Facebook, but I think I mentioned earlier in my post that I was going to be dropping recorded videos for for the first couple of classes. Anyway, I guess you missed that. Okay. Actually, that was why I decided to come up with this video tonight. But let's do it this way. I'm going to tell us a story, okay, about something that happened to a colleague of mine. This colleague had a client who was going to buy a parcel of land from a family. He had seen the land and he smelled good potentials from the land. You know, the goodies that are usually mentioned, of course. Okay, so he had seen the land, so they approached the family, and they had a meeting. They agreed that on a particular figure, and he paid the money in full, and he was issued a receipt that was properly signed. Now, on such receipts, what you'll have there is our so family. Of course, the family name, the name of the family will be boldly written on the receipt, okay, and then they will write, we accepted, we received so amount from so person, being payment for a plot of land, if that's a plot of land, of course, okay, being payment for a plot of land, okay, in our for so you get that, okay. All is just going to be written there is we have collected, received money from so person, being payment for a plot of land from our own land, so to say, something like that, okay. No description, nothing. So my colleague was like, man, we have to do a proper deed of assignment. We are going to do a survey, okay. The guy was like, to pay for another survey. When the surveyor came and he was like, okay, to get a registered survey, you will pay 150,000 naira for this area. It was like another 150,000 naira. Okay, but if I put this 150,000 naira on my land, at least I will do something. But my colleague was like, no, you have to do the survey. Let's do the survey. So they did the survey. Okay, he did the survey, and then he also insisted that we do a deed of assignment. The family were like, we have sold land to several people. You don't need any survey, deed of assignment. Your receipt is enough evidence for you that we had sold land to you. But my colleague said no. He said no, we want a survey. You know, it was like they had to tag him. This one is I too know. Your own wahala too is getting too much. But the guy was like, no problem. Even the guy that was buying the land, I mean the clients, he was like, these people they are still going to collect another 100,000 naira or so, or 50,000 naira for signing the deed of assignment. Why don't you just let's leave them and we should make do with this receipt? But the guy said, no, let's do a deed of assignment. You will not understand, but you will come to understand. And it actually happened that he came to understand. What happened? Okay, the deed of assignment was done, the survey was attached to it, okay, it was properly signed by the signatories of the family, and they went to relax, okay. The land is theirs already. After some time, they will come back and develop it, okay. A couple of months passed, and the guy came back that, okay, now I'm ready to put something on my land. And he decided to visit the sites. Guess what? There was already fence. The land had already been fenced and gated, locked in padlock. But luckily for him, he met people opening the gates, and they were going to the site. I guess they were with tools, instruments. They wanted to start foundation on his land, on this land. Okay, was it still his land? Okay. Anyway, we will see what happened. The new buyer, or the new owner in quotes, was summoned, and they saw face to face, and the arguments began. It's my land, it's my land. It is your land, it is my land. Okay. The Omoniles, of course, you know, they are at large already. Nobody will show. Okay. It actually came to the case of police. They took themselves to the police station, argument. The police were going to settle disputes. So it was said, okay, both parties, two of you, you are laying claim to this particular land, this same land. Come and establish ownership. What happened? The new owner, in quotes, he brought out his receipt that has been signed by the same person that signed for my client, my friend's client, okay, my colleague's client, okay. He was able to bring out that receipt. You bring out your own evidence of ownership. He brought out a receipt. He brought out a deed of assignment that has a survey attached to it. In fact, unknown to the other person, the land had already been excised, okay. We'll talk about that subsequently. So he had a copy of the extinction, okay, letter of the document for the extinction. He tabled it, and he was already getting ready to perfect his document, okay. Who owns the land? Guess what? The receipt only had that he bought a parcel of land. Which land? It was not stated. But my guy here, he has his client with a deed of assignment attached to a survey. Now the survey is the best description of the land, okay. Now look at all this. Who do you think owns the land? It was judged that the one who had more documents to prove ownership owns the land. And that was how the guy held on to his land. That was how he was able to reclaim his land. And guess what? The new owner, who becomes the new loser, he was so furious that he said, I am going to kill all the family. All the members of that family, I will make sure I kill all of them. The truth is, it's just a word of mouth. He cannot kill anybody. If he kills someone, he has to face the consequence. Good. Now, from this story, let's have you say, what do you see to it? What do you see to it? Before I start to analyze, okay? I'm going to analyze in my subsequent video. But what do you see to it? Let me hear from you guys. Okay, I'll be waiting